If you're tuning in right now, you happen to be watching the world's truest source for hip hop news, black culture, sports, and of course the best reaction videos on the net. I'm talking about Kofi's Universe. If you haven't already subscribed, it's your chance to hit that button now before I hit this blunt. Bada.
YouTube salute. Man, Dame Dash, he out here tripping. He's saying that he and Jay-Z always thought Diddy, no Diddy, Biggie Smalls were copying him. You to my channel, thumbs up the video, hit that sub button, click that bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. Listen to this.
Because we were doing the stuff like going in and getting the money and doing the popping the bottles and all that, in that moment, we had always felt that Biggie and Puff were copying us. Always. They were always like, they'd see us in the club and it seemed like the next day a record would be made.
You thought Biggie and Puff were copying you guys?
No, they were. No
and
doubt.
who's we? It's you and Jay?
Yeah, my whole crew. So we was really getting money. You know what I mean? So, you know, no disrespect to Biggie, but it was a different hustle. We weren't like on the street pitching work. You know what I mean? We was a connect. So it was a different kind of thing. But that lifestyle of hustler and all that, that was us. That was them copying us, for sure. And, you know, so we kind of had problems. So I would like run up sometimes and, you know, I was confrontational with Biggie and him at first. Because we were doing the stuff like going in and getting the money and doing the popping the bottles and all that, in that moment, we had always felt that Biggie and Puff were copying us. Always. They were always like, they'd see us in the club and it seemed like the next day a record would be made.
You thought Biggie and Puff.
All right, y'all. If you want to check out the full interview, go to PBD Podcast. PBD Podcast. Patrick Bet David. Just letting you know. Full interview is over there. Man, first and foremost, Biggie Smalls came out before Jay-Z as far as an official album. Because Biggie Smalls dropped 94, right? Ready to Die. Jay-Z dropped Reasonable Doubt in 96. So if you think about Biggie Smalls, and like I said, I'm only being real about this. When Biggie came out, let's look at the okay, what the first video was what? Juicy. All right, that was 94. After that, you had, was it One More Chance? Yeah, I think it was One More Chance. I think it was the remix version. Yeah, it was the remix version. And remember, they was at the house and they was already drinking and stuff. Puffy, when he did the Craig Max flavor, flavor in your ear remix, he had the bottles. He was copying off the Warriors. Remember, Warriors, come out and play. He bad boy. He had the bottles. Come out and play. But Biggie and them always talked about, you know, Moet, Dom P, all those type of things. Biggie was talking about that with Can't You See with Total. He was talking about that with who else? Biggie was always talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Before he came out with the Life After Death. So he started the commission. Jay-Z was going to be a part of that. Well, the commission was a group, but they never got a chance to do nothing because Biggie, you know, was murdered. But as far as Dame Dash talking about he had to run up on them, nigga, please, you ain't run up on nobody. I don't believe he ran up on no Biggie like that. Now, maybe no Diddy he ran up on. I ain't going to sit here and say he did it or not, but nothing ever came out with that. I never heard Jay-Z mention nothing in his rhymes talking about, oh yeah, Dame Dash ran up on Diddy and Biggie. I never heard that before. But as far as Jay-Z already has, his style has already been carbon copy from Biggie. And where everybody knows that shit. Now for Dame Dash saying that Biggie and no Diddy bit them, no. Bad Boy was already out. When Jay-Z released Reasonable Doubt, that was, you know, even though Rockefeller was coming out at that time, but they was new. They didn't really release no other projects until like 98 when they did the Streets is Watching soundtrack. I mean, Jay-Z had albums coming out, but I'm talking about other projects. The Streets is Watching soundtrack came out in 98, right? Memphis Bleak Coming of Age came out in 99. Benny Siegel came out in 2000. The DJ Clue Backstage soundtrack came out in 2000. Emil for the Fam, whatever her album was called, that came out in 2000. State Property 2 came out in 2002. So it's like, no, you know that's ludicrous. Ain't no way they was biting off y'all because Bad Boy already had the momentum. They had Biggie, they had Craig Mack. That's 94, right? What came out in 95? They got the Total. Total was around. The Locks was already signed like around 96, right? They didn't have an album to 98. But Mace was coming out around 90. His album came out 98, but they had the momentum. You knew a lot about their artists. You knew a lot about their artists because they was like featured on these Craig Mack or Biggie's album. So no, man. I'm not believing that, man. Dame, I got love for you, Dame, but whatever you doing, put the drink down. Leave the Armadale alone. Yeah, you reaching with this one. Post your comments below. Hulk smash, Black Panther, the like button, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content and go live. You want to support, donate to the channel? I have Patreon, patreon.com/KofiUniverse. Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Stream Apps, everything's in the description. Until next time, salute.